Greetings, Questers. So I'm going to talk about our latest game type that we've added, and that's for Shadowrun 5e, and added quite a bit of support for that. And I thought those of you who haven't had a chance to see Questline, maybe you can see a little bit of it in action just through some of the quick demo I want to give. I don't want to go too deep into a lot of things because I just don't want to make these videos too long. I'd much rather keep them short and sweet. So without any further ado, let's talk about some of the basic principles here. Obviously, you have your battle map, and you have characters and journals and encounters and maps and actions and items and asset gallery and audio scenes and your game settings. And lots of other things and all the tools that you have for your battle map. I'm currently using a map from Frag Maps. I've loved their work. Please go check them out on Patreon. This is one of their free maps, and this is a great slum that we can use for our little demo here. So what I'm going to just show off real quick is the pieces that we've added. First off is the game type itself is Shadowrun 5e. There's a dice bag for Shadowrun 5e, and then there's a journal theme called Cyberpunk, which will allow us to do quite a bit to get ourselves going. And then you can set your currencies up to Nien and symbols and whatever you want to kind of do for your own personal style. And then what we can do is we can go take a quick look at one of the example characters in Shadowrun 5e's quick start stuff, and that's the Combat Adept. And you can see right here, there's a very easy to set up character sheet. It has your physical attributes, your mental. It has the quick ability to edit and modify these values as you want to, as well as being able to roll them, and it'll pull out the dice for you. With a default target number, which can be changed on the fly, as well as any bonuses and or thresholds that you want to put in there. And so for a quick example, I'll roll 46 here, and it quickly shows what we've got. We've got 2 hits. You can expand this, and you can see what was successful and what was not. It'll also show things like critical glitches and other things like that if they come up. Now, physical damage, you have your damage tracks, which allow you to very easily manipulate this and see this, as well as if you go above certain values, it will automatically give you a hint that you have a dice pool modifier. Currently, you will have to manage these manually. In the future, it's something I'd like to do to kind of automate this so that when you go to, let's say, roll a dice pool, it will automatically reduce this by 1. But at least you have some way to visualize what's actually happening. You just have your standard limits, the amount of edge that you have, your initiative. You have your 3 different basic initiatives that you can get into, which can all join an encounter. So if I click roll here, it will roll my 2d6, and it will combine them and add my bonus and give me a 16. And then you can see the total value, and it will add me to the encounter. And then your skills are very similar. You can add them whatever you wish. You can give them any description, any names, and then set up the value so that you can get the number of dice for your pool. And you can very quickly do that just as well. Holy cow, that was a terrible roll. So with that, you can very easily record and track your characters and manage whatever you need to with them. Secondly is being able to simply add them to your map. You just drag and drop like usual. And then you can see that you actually have a quick character sheet down here, which lets you manage each of these characters without having to open the full character sheet. So if you just need to roll an attribute, you can just click on that, or you can click firearms, and it gets you right where you're going. As well as you can double click on them, and you can actually open up a window and keep that open during your game, which part of our new Windows system that really makes this a lot easier to manage. This becomes a much more useful tool. So that, coupled with a journal system, we can actually use the new rich text editor with the cyberpunk theme. You can come right in, you can edit and modify your journal entries. They're completely full and rich text. You can also include, various keys you'll see here. You can use mentions, so you can mention other characters and items and journal entries and actions. And you can use those to very quickly target something. So I could say, I want to pick Vice, and then I can target that character in the character sheet, or sorry, in the journal. And then, I can quickly open this, and I can actually modify these things right from here too as well. But it's more useful for things like potentially items. Like, maybe you want to do a list of items, but then I can click on it and see a hyperlink of a tooltip for it. So these are really useful to kind of get your games going. But it's just that easy to type whatever we want. And you can style it however you want as well. Shortcut keys, Control B, Control I, whatever. So that makes it really easy for you to modify those kind of things. As well as items have an actual set of Shadowrun details. The rating is built right in, the cost is built in, your encumbrance, and all those things, so that you can add your details on the fly and create items. And then finally, you can, if you wish, and you have a different way that you like to play Shadowrun, you can actually go in and make a copy of the game type yourself. You can just come right up into here, hit create new game type, pick the template of Shadowrun 5e, give it your own name, go in, and you can hop right into the game type editor and start mucking around with settings and character sheets, and give yourself the ability to modify and use the game the way you want to play it. So that's the intro to some Shadowrun 5e being played on Questline. There's a lot more. We have a bunch of videos if you're interested in looking at some of the other stuff. I hope you really enjoy what you see, and hope to see you around on our Discord channel. Thanks for stopping by, and keep questing.